And welcome back. Today we have the Pittsburgh inner tie rod tool, and we're going to put this thing to the test and see how well it works. Now, anyone who's ever been to Harbor Freight knows that you could get tools over there pretty cheap, especially if you show up with a 20% off coupon. This collar rotates so you can lock in your adapters. I never really found a need for it, but it is there just in case you do need it. If you look closely, you can see the center part of the pipe is knurled, I guess just for a better grip. And of course, it is a 1/2 inch drive, so you could use a breaker bar or a ratchet on it. Now, I'm not sure if this information is important to anyone, but maybe if you have a different brand, you could compare it. So from top to bottom, it does come in at about 20 inches long, and it weighs just under 4 pounds, which isn't too bad. It does come with plenty of adapters, which is going to allow you to use it on many different vehicles. Now, at the time of making this video, on their website, this tool sells for about $40, and they're even comparing it to specialty products, which sells at $109. So obviously it's a way cheaper product than their competitors, but let's see if it works just as well. Now, I know this is a very simple and basic tool, and I could have easily made a 10-second video saying, hey, it's a great tool, it works, go out and buy it. But I wanted to show you how it works and how it performs, and just so you could get an idea for yourself, because I've always used different methods for removing inner tie rods, but this thing truly does work pretty decent, so that's why I thought it was worth making a video for it. This 1997 Honda Accord actually needs both inner and outer tie rods. Now, I've already done the set on the right or the passenger side of the vehicle, so that's why we're only going to be working on the left side today. I'm going to skim over everything just very quickly, just so we can get up to that point where we actually need to use the tool itself. As you can see, the boot is torn, so I'm not concerned with it at all. I do have a replacement, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this one off. This next method is my favorite way of removing inner tie rods. It's basically just a giant set of pliers, and it's the method I use when I work in the body shop, simply because it was just really fast. So you just turn the steering wheel until the tie rod is fully extended out, and you would clamp onto it and just turn it off. Now, the way this Accord is set up, it's not going to work, which is why we have the Pittsburgh tool. And now it's time to put the tool to use. Now, before you slide on your adapter, there was a little metal tab that I kind of had to bend backwards in order to get this adapter on first, so keep that in mind if you're working on a setup like this. Now, all you have to do is find the adapter that fits your application. In this case, it was the 17mm. So now at this point, we could just go ahead and slide the tool right over it, and once we get it locked into place, we're actually going to remove it by going counterclockwise. And here's a great shot with the tool installed. You could really see where those 20 inches come into play, because it does extend past the fenders, so you should not have any issues with clearance. And now it's time to install a new inner tie rod. It's basically the same exact process that we went through to remove the tie rod. Now, you may have noticed that I'm using a little bit of blue thread locker here, and that's just a personal preference, because this setup right here does have a locking mechanism. Basically, you would fold over the metal tab, and that's going to lock in place the inner tie rod to prevent it from backing out on its own. Now, obviously, when you're torquing these things down, you want to make sure you follow all of the torque specifications for your vehicle. And that's it for the tool. So my final thoughts on it is that it worked, and it worked well. The price that you pay for this tool is well worth it. It comes with many adapters, so chances are it's going to fit your application. And if you've ever used any other type of inner tie rod tools, you know the type of headaches that come with it. So this tool can save you from those type of headaches. The only thing I do recommend is if you're going to go to the store to buy this, make sure you show up with your 20% off coupon just to save that little bit of extra cash. But my number one tool for inner tie rods is always going to be these large pliers, just because it's just so fast and easy to use. And runner up is going to be my new Pittsburgh tool. I actually did like it. It worked well and it got the job done. I just don't like that I have to take off the outer tie rods, but that's fine. And certainly last and least is this tool, which I'm not really a fan of, but it does get the job done. I have a video on it, so I'll put that link at the end if you're interested in watching a video on that specific inner tie rod tool. And that's pretty much it on the tool review. So if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you're considering subscribing, don't forget to hit that notification bell. And like always, thanks for watching.